Okay, we're taking a look at Will's underwater kicks here. I don't particularly like the push off, and I'll tell you what happens when we kind of do the push off that he's doing here. You know, when we get up here, he kind of turns his body to the side, and he's pushing off kind of on his stomach. And Will and I talk about it a lot, about just pushing off, you know, feet up, going underwater, and you can see just how high his feet are in the water. And his body is really kind of high because of it. So when we push off, we're not really getting the depth that we want. You know, if you take the black line or the black cross as a point of reference here, you know, we want to be kind of smack dab, like right here, kind of in the middle, maybe even a little bit lower with our feet when we push off. And that way, you know, you kind of get that lower angle, and you can do your check mark push offs. When Will raises his feet so high, I mean, his feet are way up here, his body position is going to be up, and then we're going to be a little bit more shallow than we want to be. So we just got to start off pushing off with the feet just a little bit lower. And when the feet are low, you know, you want to bring the body down to your feet. You don't want the feet up high, because that way your body's high. So just something to think about there. As far as the dolphin kicks underwater, again, we don't have a great depth. You know, we're looking for that depth a little bit, you know, to be down here so we can kind of angle upwards towards the surface. And because we don't have that depth, you see that Will kind of needs to fight to stay down. And now we're at an angle, you know, that the hands are here, and you know, you're constantly kind of going down here until you figure out that you got to get to the surface. So now there's, you know, this way here with your feet below your hands, much faster. So and that's all just because of the push off. Okay, for as far as the dolphin kicks themselves, I'm really like where he's going. I think that there can definitely be a little bit more hip action. You can see the hips here are good, like going up. The hips here are kind of up here, but as we go through frame by frame and we push down with the hips, they're limited. We'd like to see your hips kind of push all the way down here. If they're going to come up to here, they got to come down to here. It's got to be equal on both sides. And so we just need to force those hips to push a little bit more. And I do like how his feet are kicking all the way past his body line, which is good. But, you know, we could get a lot more power just by from here to there. We just need to push again just a little bit more. If the hip stops right there, we need to be pushing the hips to here. Okay, and that'll whip the feet a lot more. So, you know, when we finish here, right, the more hips you have in front at this point, if the hips are down here, then the feet get to whip down here as well. So we just need a little bit more. We'll go through it a little bit slower, and you can kind of see it. Right, and you can kind of see what I mean by the front push with the hips. You know, the back push is good, the hips go up, but they don't come back down. They come up to here, right, but they're not coming down to here.